David, thanks so much for joining us, especially on a Saturday. What's your initial reaction to this deal? Are you able to quantify just how much to the local industry this is going to benefit them?
Economically, it's very hard to put a number on that at the moment, but you're quite right in suggesting that there is a lot of products that are covered by this deal, noting that there are a few agricultural products that didn't quite get onto the table, but the both reduction in tariffs and also working within the quota caps that are put forward are going to help Australian agriculture because we once again do export a lot of our goods significantly over the next 7 years.
And what about those industries that did miss out because it was dairy, chickpeas, beef? They've all been excluded from this deal. Is that disappointing that they've been pushed to the side?
Yeah, producers who currently have wheat, chickpeas, goats, chicken, pork, beef, half of our dairy products, as well as rice and sugar, which seem to always be left out of these type of deals. It is very disappointing for those industries, and it's something that we'll still encourage the government to pursue, noting that this is not necessarily a free trade agreement as we've seen in the past. It's a economic cooperation agreement. So what we want to see is more of these products put onto the table once we've demonstrated that we are both the quality producer that we claim to be and also a trusted, reliable partner for India moving forward.
What about the consultation process? Was your organisation involved in that, and had you been lobbying on behalf of those industries which had been excluded?
Absolutely. The National Farmers Federation is always at the table when trade negotiations are put forward. And we, with our partners, always put forward the quality, once again, of the products that we produce, and plus the reliability that we can put and stand behind our products. Noting that there's not too many countries in the world that can have the both economic and also environmental credentials that our farmers do have.
So India receives some benefits too in this deal. There's an extension of stay for Indian students working in the STEM industries, and there's another 1,000 holiday or working holiday visas. Would you have liked to see broader employment opportunities for Indian workers to come here and perhaps work in the agricultural industry or even in the regions, because we know that those sectors are suffering because of a labour shortage?
Yeah, we welcome anybody who wants to put their hand up and work within agriculture from any nation, any opportunity that does put itself forward. And what we've seen in this agreement so far is positive moves in that direction. And as far as what we see, as long as we can get people out into the regions, noting that we do have a regional Australia policy in itself, we need the outback, the people who produce these goods to have as much support as they can, and it does come down to that critical mass. So the more people we can see working within agriculture, getting out to those regional areas, the better that our nation will be able to build on itself. So once again, it is a positive agreement, noting that there are some people who missed out, but overall we need to see more agreements like this put onto the table.
This deal has been in the works since 2011. Would you have liked to see a deal done sooner?
It's always a little bit tricky when you've got such a large amount of products put on a table, noting too that India itself has had some elections to work through. It's had some production issues that it needs to work through to fully understand what it could and couldn't accept to put on the table. So in a lot of these circumstances, yes, we'd like to see them occur quicker, but we also understand the intricacies when we are dealing with a nation that does have a lot of agriculture within its gross domestic production, and noting that a lot of its populace works within agriculture as well. So we want to strike that balance right by being the preferred customer to those countries, as well as making sure that it's got a long, stable relationship that we're building.
This deal, according to the government, is going to mean that there's less of a reliance now on China to be the buyer. Does that give a bit more certainty to the agriculture sector?
Yes, the Chinese experience has taught us that, once again, you can't have all your eggs in one basket. And that metaphor pulling forward means that we need to have as many of these trade agreements as possible with as many countries as possible. Putting Australian produce as the preferred product on those import duties, on those import lists into those countries is absolutely critical for our product to find its home into the best possible markets, and then ensuring that that flows through to both to the Australian economy and to the backbone of those rural communities, the agricultural sector.
David Johinke from the National Farmers Federation, thanks so much for your time.
Anytime. Thank you very much.